Alright guys, I am back. Now, I only have a couple of minutes. I know it's been late, it's been a long time since I have uploaded any video. Of course, I was watching the price, doing the things that it does. Like, again, really? Is there any news that arise this type of price action? None whatsoever. Now I just want to come in here a little bit here. Oh well, let me see if anyone join in and comment on anything. Hold on, I think I'm live, right? Give me 1 minute. Hold on. There might not be people watching. Hold on 1 second. If anyone... Okay, sorry. That was me. Alright, only one person. I'm sure that's me. Oh, hi, Sharon. What's up? What's up? I'm so sorry. I am a bit rusty today. How are you doing today? So nothing much. Obviously, I was watching rants on the background, you know, explaining what's happening into the stock. I've been on leave for a long time. I know. I've not been uploading any video. Just not feeling I guess I was just taking a break, you know, just living life. But you know, of course, was looking at Gamestop and trading it and all that stuff, and looking at the price, you know, appreciation. I was managing my call options and all that stuff, and was able to kind of take some small profit here. Again, this is a small little account that I have. It's nothing much at all, just a couple contracts here that I was written, you know, way before the earnings. So I was closing out at around $13 or so. But yeah, so when it does that thing, you know, that run right there, I was able to take a 10% profit off the call option. Obviously, if I held until today, I would have made a lot more, but I didn't want to risk that. Now, that's call option, right? And the nature of call option is that it's very risky because of the implied volatility. For example, the implied volatility for this week was crazy. It was like around 200%. So at this rate, it's better to be an option seller than the option buyer, for the weekly anyway. Unless you're betting it on a long term, and even the long term one is still 100% volatility. Just to give you a peek at what's happening in the option chain. Of course, there's nothing new about the company whatsoever. It has everything to do with the call option chain here. So, of course, Moran's already explained a whole bunch of stuff already, and I think he has much better explanation than I have here in front of you. But let me try to explain it to you here. Just so that I'm not too rusty on making video now. So this is max pain, right? Usually max pain is around the time of which you know, is the equilibrium point, so to speak, deliver the most pain to retail. But that's only hinged on the fact that nobody is exercising this. Now, if they're taking profit by the Friday, you know, the expiration right here, Friday, which is the 10th of May, you're gonna see the price drop back down to 11. Right? Possibly. I'm not saying that it's going to go down to that price, but this is what max pain does. No. Now max pain could change. I'm not saying it's going to, you know, it's going to be either way. Depends on who's going to exercise at this price point right here. So when you see 20,000 contract in the money, oh no, sorry. If you add all of these up, you're gonna see close to 20,000 shares. I mean, contracting the money, right? So 20,000 times 100. What is that? 20,000 times 100 is 2 million shares. So if people exercise this call option right here in the money, market maker would have to deliver 2 million shares to the people just this week alone. Just this week. Now, if you look at the other weeks coming, more call contract is in the money. So if these people exercise their call option, they're going to have to deliver much more than that. And so, again, it depends on the people that bought these call, whether they're going to exercise to get the shares or not. And that's when you see the run that's going to go crazy, right? I'm not saying that all of them going to do that. I'm sure some of them's going to take profit, on this call option, just like I did. Now I know I sold way too early on that front. Of course, I was expecting the price to come down because of the whole, it was up 20% already that day. And I was like, okay, the next day up another, whole bunch of course I was expecting that, but again, because it's a call option, I didn't want it to depreciate in price because I understand the nature of the fluctuation. So I didn't want to make the mistake of holding that call option for a long time and then not appreciating in value. Of course, I turned it right back into a put, selling put, in order to accumulate the share at a lower price at this point to collect the premium, obviously. So currently I open a 15 put option, selling put, sorry. So that means if the price comes down to 14, I get to own the share at $14. That's what a selling put is. Of course, I'm skewed towards the upside to this company. Of course, I want to own the shares of this company. That's why I do it this way, so that, I could take advantage of the premium. That is the implied volatility of 200%. And so, traditionally, if you look it up, it favors the option seller than option buyers. And so implied volatility is important for that one. And again, if the price come down to $14.50 or $15, I will be happy to own at $15 as well, for this week anyway. So, and then next week, of course, if I get to own 100 shares, what I could do is either I'm gonna wait a little bit before I sell, some calls, but I'm gonna wait until the volatility is lower than this before I sell that share, if I in fact get to own that much share. But this is a call option things. The trading account, of course, I'm adding more into my Roth IRA, every paycheck that I have. And so I do, again, I try to max it out. Those are my long term. So this is all the strategy that I employ in this company. Obviously, I got everything covered. So the long term bag, the mid-term bag, and the option as well. So again, I'm not going to miss out on the run of this great company that I think, again, in the long term, obviously nothing really there's no news in this company to evoke this type of price action. Also, too, there's no reason why after earnings they beat it down from $15 to $10. There's no reason for that at all. Of course, we were, jumping for joy, at this point right here, wishing that we have more money to buy into Gamestop, obviously, right? Everybody wishes that. Now, for those of you who are waiting until it was the single digit, quote unquote, why? Like, see, the price never come down. Of course, we were kind of prepared for it, that it might come down to $9 because that's the level, but it never did. Now, I'm not saying that it never gonna come down from here, but seeing the option chain that is happening today and yesterday and the day before, this last 3 trading days, look at this, right here. When you look into the reason for these type of thing, the volume picking up. Anytime there's volume into this company, you would see stuff like this. Now, my curiosity kind of, hold on, curiosity. Okay, OBV. This indicator I've been, kind of brought to you guys' attention before. And of course, Moran's, look at this. Moran's kind of mentioned this too. You see this? Anytime there's volume into this company, I don't know why I did that. Anytime there's volume in this company, you see this straight up motion into the unbalanced volume. Now, if I do a 1 day candle, you see this thing right here. See? It never comes down, but the price comes down. So that tells me one thing, that nobody sold this company, right? Nobody sells this. Nobody. Everybody just keep adding on to the value or volume on the volume, on balance volume. So that's why you see that. Now, what's next? I don't know. Honestly, I do not know where the price will go. But I'm loving the price action right now. So currently, what I'm doing is just take advantage of the volatility, collecting the premium safely, obviously. I'm not going to blow up my account or anything like that. But as far as my long term, I'm going to keep accumulating. Now, what I'm telling myself is that when anything below 22, which is where Brian Cohen bought in, right? Around that time, I'm not gonna add too much to it. The reason being is that I wanted to kind of wait a little bit until I see. Let's see, at what price do I want to kind of slow down my buying because of the price action, right? It could, again, the volatility of this company, it could be going crazy. So I don't want to accumulate too high because my, let me see. The most that I'm willing to add on is $50. I think that's a good price point to stop buying, right? I know. So I'm going to slow down at 22. Not to say I'm not believing in the company or anything like that. But, I don't want the price to drop too drastically so that, I might be able to buy it at a cheaper price than, that. So my thought process on that is I'm going to stop buying. Of course, I'm not going to sell, obviously, at 15, but I'm not going to stop buying at this price point. And then from this point on, I'm going to slow down my buying rate. So let's see, instead of like $100 a month, I'm going to go in $50 a month type thing. So the logic on that is that, again, but again, I might not be able to do that because of the violent price action. So who knows, it might do the same thing that it did back here. And so that's what I'm timing. Of course, we can't predict any of this at all. We can't. And so that's my logic on this one. This run could be stupid. It has nothing to do with the news. There's no good news. There's no bad news. There's nothing. And so this might just be option, based market maker, people betting against and up the price and all that stuff. So again, I don't know what I'm saying here, Sharon. So just bear with me here. But yeah, all in all, it's a good price action to kind of hang the hat on. I don't know if this is it. This is going to be the run of a lifetime or not. Of course, people have been watching levels and, doing the TA on it. I don't know. It's been crazy. Been a crazy past few days. But look at the volume. Like, that's like indicative of earnings. And so if earnings next month, speculation, Brian Cohen might have bought into it. Who knows, right? So we just have to see what's going on there. But as far as my own position right now, it's pretty solid. I mean, I'm happy to have more, obviously. But currently, because I don't have, let me see, I don't get paid until next Wednesday, so I can't add any more at this low price. I'm hoping it's going to be under 22 so that I could kind of add a little bit more here. But hey, I've been adding, back in the 11, 10s, and the 12, so my new account is pretty green right now on my Roth IRA side. And the other one, of course, I still have to, my cost average was $40. So I still have a long way to go. But of course, if I combine the two accounts, my cost average would be around 30 or so, right? So depends on how much I want to add down here. I'm kind of hesitant a little bit because I don't want this price to go crazy like this, right? I want to maximize my cost average and all that stuff. So again, this is just my strategy, I think, in my head, because to me this company does a lot of this choppy action and then just drop back due to the option chain. That's it. This is what it is. This is what moved the price of the stock. It's not so much you buy the stock and hold. We don't move the price, right? The price comes from option chain people who are betting up, betting against, and betting down too much, right? And so they have to hedge, and when they hedge, they have that volatility that ensue there. And so the strategy, like, no matter how you look at into this, just be careful, right? You don't want to buy at a high and then too much. So you gotta have some strategy moving forward. Have some plan to go about accumulating this share. To me, again, the past 3 years has been teaching me a lot about this stock. And, there's a certain price point that you have to tell yourself. And this is why I draw the line at $50 a share. Of course, I'm not going to sell at 50. Just to be clear here, I'm just going to slow down the buying rate at 22 because that's when Brian Cohen got in. That's my logic there. And so I'm not going like that $10 million that when he bought in back in June last year. And so again, my strategy is like that, where I'm going to kind of slow the rate of buying up until this point. If it goes up tomorrow at $50, I'm going to stop buying for a bit, right? Maybe in a couple months, I might regret and it might just straight up to the moon. Who knows? But I'm going to, again, if it comes back down, of course, I'm going to slow back my buying rates there. Goal is to always accumulate shares for the long run. So as many shares as I can at the lower price. But I will still keep my same buying rate at below 22. So yes, that's the name of the game that I'm playing here. But yeah, so I'm holding this for a long term. We'll see how it goes. I hope we were doing some good things around here. Come earnings, of course, this is the expectation that I have for GameStop. I think we're going to be able to turn positive. How much? I'm hoping $10 million of profit here, net profit. And so, but they're expecting us to lose money here for this coming quarter. But yeah, this is my hope here. But the earning is not until June. Hi Sharon, as long as you have 51 share, you're golden. Of course, I have 51 shares. Yes, I think Sharon's. I think with I feel so fortunate to have listened to Moran's and have his channel moving on. I mean have us on and kind of direct us into this stock. But of course, like, it's individual decision here. Of course, Moran's is just a catalyst to kind of catalyze us to think differently about this company, right? And yeah, he's inspired many people, including me, to kind of look at this company at the fundamental level. And this is why I'm so convicted in this company. Forget about the squeeze, forget about everything else. I think the value of this company is around $40 a share currently, right? At the current price point is so low for me that I'm like, why wouldn't I want to buy more, right? And this is why my rationale is to at least accumulate as much as I can before the S&P 500. And this is the a tribute to Moran's as well. When he talks about those things, I really never thought about that until he said it. I was like, yes, I mean, if you have a good company, eventually they're gonna be able to go on the S&P 500. Why not? They used to be at one point in the history of the company. Why can't they do it again with this new leadership? And so, thinking in the long term that way give me the opportunity to kind of look into what this company could be, right? Of course, the stock market is all about risk and reward and what you're willing, what time horizon do you have to wait for the investment theory that you have or thesis that you have on the company to play out the way that you think the companies would do. Of course, we can't predict, spot on. If I could do that, I'll be a billionaire by now. Right? We can't do that. We can't. Nobody can. And to say that, I time the top, time the bottom, and all that stuff, and all of that, if you could do it, it's fun for you, but again, you can't do that all the time. That's why traders lose out in the end. And again, this is why I developed the strategy that I have on GameStop, so that I'm not going to be the victim of buying at the top and then having to hold quote unquote back holder, right? They always keep saying that we're back holders because people are buying, me included, buying up here. But I was buying it in the on the way down as well, dollar cost averaging. And so that's why my dollar cost average for the other account is not 60, even though I started at 60. Currently it's around $43 or something like that. But of course, I didn't add any more on that one. I create a new account, and the new account has a lot lower dollar cost average, right? But again, this is the type of strategy that you have to employ. And I think, trading this stock or listening, tracking this stock, I should say, has been kind of eye-opening for me, to learn as much as I can about every aspect of this stock company and how it trades, so that I could take the opportunity to profit off of this run right here. So just be careful. Hey, if you're in here just now, today, starting a new position, be careful. Don't expect wonder in 2 weeks, even though it could. I'm not saying, I'm not stopping either way, stopping you to do either way with your money, right? My point of view is that the company is doing well currently. There's no news that evoke this or could evoke this. Perhaps Ryan Cohen buying in. Who knows? That's a speculation here. I don't have any confirmation on that. Perhaps GameStop bought into something and somebody knows something about, that move. Yeah. Or just option chain. Winning in the money and whatnot. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this would play out. Currently 32 million shares. And guess what? Short volume is 20. And so, man, oh man, I don't know. I don't know how are they going to be able to contain this. But it's exciting. 1.2 million shares off exempt. So, and it's increased by the day here. I wonder, when was the last time it's this high? Hold on, let me see. Sorry, you guys. Let me look into this real quick. Yo, hi, Migo, what's up? How are we doing today? Okay. So the last time it was 300,000 was 2003, 23. Okay. I'm trying to see when it was 1 million share exempted. Yeah, never. The answer is never, you guys. So yesterday was 1 million shares exempted. Right there, 1.2 million. So yeah, something's up. Obviously, they've been doing the off exchange stuff for a long while. But if you look at the percentage, it's not too bad. But look at the amount of shares, though. 20 million shares being shorted. Yeah, and we have crazy price action. Whew! I don't know how high, how low. Just be careful, you guys. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright, guys, I am kind of pooped out at the moment. I'm so sorry. I've been kind of not feeling well, so to speak, but I'm taking some time off, that's why. But yes, just living life, nothing major here at all. And of course, enjoying my weekends and weekdays without kind of like looking into the price. That's why I haven't been on. So I appreciate you, Sharon. Have a wonderful night. You too. Thank you. All right, I will be back. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not. Who knows? Depends on the price action, obviously. But yeah, congratulations if you've been in it. $10 or so, you're up, 60% already. So congratulations.